Chief of Defence Staff for the Canadian Forces and the top soldier for our country. Those in uniform will be familiar with Lieutenant General Lawson. He is a 37-year member of the Royal Canadian Air Force and will now assume the highest rank within the Canadian Forces. Lieutenant General Lawson is an exceptional, dynamic leader who brings a great deal of domestic, international, and operational experience to the table. He has the respect of his peers, the admiration of his subordinates and our allies, and the complete confidence of both the Prime Minister and myself. Throughout his time in uniform, he has been deeply committed to the service of Canada through the Canadian Forces and has consistently proven himself to be proficient and professional in everything he does. Tout au long de son temps en uniforme,
throughout his
il s'est
time in
profondément
uniform,
engagé
he has
au
deeply
service du Canada avec les
been
forces
deeply committed to service to
et
Canada
il a
with the armed forces,
avéré être
and he's
compétent et
always
professionnel
proved to be competent and professional
ce qu'il fait.
in
He's
all
had
that he
a
does.
diverse and storied career within the Canadian Forces, which has included, among other posts and responsibilities, time as a fighter pilot, defending our skies and those of our allies, as Commandant of the Royal Canadian Military College in Kingston, and most recently as Deputy Commander of NORAD, North America's Aerospace Defense Command located in Colorado Springs. In my time as Minister of National Defense, I've heard time and time again from all personnel of all ranks about the extremely personal bonds that he has developed with colleagues, staff, and former military college students, and about the lasting positive impressions that he has made on all of those who've had the good fortune of serving with him. And in my estimation, they're absolutely right. Lieutenant General Lawson is coming into the role as CDS at an important time within the Canadian Forces history, a time of continued adjustment and defence transformation to the needs of our times and of the future, be they among the vast horizon on the Arctic tundra, in the military training schools of northern Afghanistan, or on the seas and waterways near and far. And like General Natinchuk before him, our new Chief of Defence Staff has big combat boots to fill. General Natinchuk, of course, as you would know, has been an outstanding leader and a champion of the Canadian Forces in every sense of the word. He's been an extraordinarily effective, compassionate, and hands-on leader for the Canadian Forces in delivering for the Canadian Forces. And thanks in no small part to his commitment and dedication, the Canadian Forces today have vaulted forward in their capabilities to defend Canada and its interests domestically and around the world. He has been particularly effective in promoting the interests of military families and our ill and injured. In passing command to Lieutenant General Lawson, the Prime Minister and I are very confident in the strong guidance that our personnel have received under his predecessor, and that it will continue, and that our government's goals will also continue to be achieved. En passant commande au Lieutenant General Lawson,
command to Lieutenant General Lawson, the Prime Minister and myself are confident that the strong direction that our staff personnel has received through his predecessor will continue, and that our government's objectives will continue to be
I'm delighted to welcome him to this position, and I look forward to working with him more closely in his new role as Canada's top military commander. Tom, I want to take this opportunity to wish you and your wife, Kelly, the very best as you prepare for your move. I'm sure that your wife and your sons, Benjamin, Neil, and Jack, two of whom are also, I note, members of the Royal Canadian Air Force, are extremely proud of you, as all Canadians are to this day. And now I would invite our incoming Chief of the Defence Staff, General Tom Lawson, to say a few words to all of you. Thank you. Merci.